التحيات وأتم التسليم على حبيب قلوبنا سيدنا محمد وعلى أبيه إبراهيم وعلى أخويه موسى وعيسى وبقية إخوانه من النبيين وآل كل وصحب كل أجمعين. اللهم أخرجنا من ظلمات الجهل وأدخلنا بنور العلم وارزقنا الأناة والحلم ومتعنا بسعة الفهم عنك يا أرحم الراحمين. اللهم علمنا ما ينفعنا وانفعنا بما علمتنا وزدنا علما وعملا متقبلا يا أرحم الراحمين. وبعد, dear respected brothers and sisters in all Muslim world, the reference of today's hadith is volume number 1, book number 3, the book of knowledge, hadith number 118. The narrator of this hadith is Sayyidina Abu Hurairah. I mentioned many times about this Sahabi. Abu Hurairah, as the Islamic history books mention, his name was before Islam Abdul Shams. He has this name, or he had this name before Islam. When he converted to Islam, the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wasallam changed his name to Abdullah. And subhanallah, this Sahabi converted to Islam last 3.5 years from the life of Rasulullah. At the time of the Battle of Khaybar. This battle, Abu Hurairah shared this battle with the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wasallam. When he came to Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wasallam, he decided, brothers and sisters, to spend all his time with the Prophet Muhammad alayhi salatu wasalam. For that, he didn't care for dunya, for properties, for life, for money, for families, for himself as well. He used to care just for faith, iman, and knowledge, ilm. Subhanallah, this great blessing from Allah put this intention in his heart. So Abu Hurairah, one of, maybe we can say, the number one among Sahaba with the hifz of the hadith of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. The scholar said Abu Hurairah narrated more than 5,000 hadith. Subhanallah. And as we know, at the time of Sahaba, after the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam's life, we have 7 people who used to narrate many ahadith, who used to narrate more than 1,000 hadith. Just 7 Sahaba, 7 people, 7 friends of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam narrated more than 1,000 hadith. But Abu Hurairah narrated 5,000 hadith. He is number one. Some of them Sayyidina Aisha, the wife of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Some of them Sayyidina Ibn Abbas. Some of them Sayyidina Abdullah ibn Amr ibn al-As. Some of them Sayyidina Sa'd, Abu Sa'id al-Khudri. So those Sahaba used to narrate the hadith of Rasulullah. Subhanallah, people at the time of Sahaba, they used to say Abu Hurairah always mentioned a hadith from the life of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And to be honest, even in our time now, we think this Sahabi just spent with the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam maximum, we will say 3.5, 4 years. What about those Sahaba who used to spend 20 years with the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam? Sayyidina Abu Bakr, he spent more than 24 years because he was the best friend of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam before Islam. So what about those Sahaba? Why he didn't do like this? And the people start mention that at the time of Abu Huraira. So Abu Huraira, he found himself people, they get wrong idea about him. For that, he mentioned this hadith. This is the main point of our hadith. Abu Huraira said, قال إن الناس يقولون أكثر أبو هريرة. The meaning, people say that I have narrated many ahadith, the Prophet's narration. So people, they say, why you narrated many ahadith? Those people, those Sahaba who used to be before you in Islam didn't do like this. One of them, as I said, the dad of Sayyidina Abdullah ibn Amr, when he said to his dad, why Abu Huraira mentioned many ahadith and you didn't? He said, I'm scared from the hadith that I heard from the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. من كذب علي متعمدا فليتبوأ مقعده من النار. Any person will say any sentence and will make this sentence as a hadith, and he believe or he is not sure if that hadith or not, that person will get special place in the depth of hellfire. For that, the Sahaba were scared to mention anything according to Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, according to Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. But Abu Huraira, with this hadith, show us why he did that. Because he gets special mercy from Allah, special support from the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So people, they said that Abu Huraira narrated many ahadith. And Abu Huraira said, had it not been for 2 verses in the Quran, so he said, had it not been for 2 verses in the Quran, I wouldn't have narrated a single hadith. So because of these 2 verses in Quran, I mention all of these ahadith. Otherwise, I will not mention any single hadith. What are these 2 verses? Allah says during the Surah Al-Baqarah, إن الذين يكتمون ما أنزلنا من البينات والهدى من بعد ما بيناه للناس في الكتاب أولئك يلعنهم الله ويلعنهم لاعنون إلا الذين تابوا وأصلحوا وبينوا فأولئك أتوب عليهم وأنا التواب الرحيم. So Abu Huraira mentioned these 2 verses in Quran. The meaning of these 2 verses, if Allah grants you with any knowledge, especially the knowledge of religion, like the Jewish people, the Christian people, the Muslim people who has special knowledge from Allah, from the prophets, from the messengers of Allah, they should teach this knowledge to all people. So Abu Huraira, when he heard that 2 verses, so he decided, shall I keep this knowledge for myself? Or I have to spread this knowledge to all people? When he heard these 2 verses, he decided to spread all the knowledge that Allah grants him with to all people. With this situation, he used to mention everything happened between him and his beloved, the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. He used to share all the knowledge that he learned from the heart of Rasulullah, from the soul of Rasulullah, from the life, the actions of Rasulullah to all people. Can you imagine, brothers and sisters, if a student stay with his teacher maximum 3 or 4 years all the time, during the day and the night? Do you know where was the house of the Abu Huraira? The house of Abu Huraira was the next door of the house of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. His house was the masjid of Rasulullah. He said during this hadith He said, إن إخواننا من المهاجرين كان يشغلهم السفق بالأسواق وإن إخواننا من الأنصار كان يشغلهم العمل في أموالهم. The meaning, he said, verily, those who cancel the clear, he said, no doubt I spend the time, all my time, with the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam and my brothers from Muhajirin, the people who came from immigrated from Mecca to Medina, we call Muhajirin, the Sahaba. So those people, they came to Medina and they don't have any properties anywhere else. So they spend their time to solve their life. They spend their time in the market with business to solve their lives. But Abu Huraira spent all his time with the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And those people who used to be in Medina, we call Ansar, who support the Muhajirin, the supporters of Muhajirin. Those people already, they have their properties, they have their lands, they used to work at their lands. So even Abu Huraira, he used to be close to Prophet Muhammad. So he mentioned why he narrated many hadith from the Prophet, because he used to spend every single second with the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Just when the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam at his house with his wives, Abu Hurairah will be far from the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Brothers, sisters, this hadith show us how used the student with his teacher. Unfortunately, nowadays, I saw many people, they attend with the sheikh 2-3 months, 6 months, and they will go back to their countries or their area as a big shuyukh. Some people, they go to visit the shuyukh maybe 2 hours just to make show. Just to say, I attend with that sheikh. I visit that sheikh in Morocco. I visit that sheikh in Syria. I visit just to make sure, not to get knowledge. Even if I visit the sheikh, I sit with him like 10 days. Is that enough to get proper knowledge? Abu Huraira spent about 4 years with the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and the Sahaba complained about him. What about those people? They spent 4 months, 1 year. And Abu Huraira, as I mentioned earlier, he has a special mercy from Allah. We will see that inshallah during the hadith. So this is what we should understand. If you want to be a real student and you want to be a real scholar in the future, you have to spend long time, many years, as a servant of scholars and salihin. Brothers, the awliya and salihin, not with their clothes, not with their presentation, not with their shape. The awliya and salihin with suhbah. With suhbah, and Allah mentioned that in Quran. When Sayyidina Musa decided to learn from Sayyidina al-Khadr, he said, I will be your friend. He said that to Sayyidina al-Khadr. Give me permission to be your friend, to learn from your actions, from your manners, not from the books. This is the book of Bukhari. If I give this book to any Muslim, man or woman, and this Muslim read this book 100 times, will be scholar? Trust me, no. We should sit with the scholars to explain to us everything during this ahadith, to give us more knowledge from these words of the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So this is the suhbah that we need nowadays. Nowadays, our class is online. I will see the sheikh 20 minutes, I will start with the sheikh 20 minutes online. And unfortunately, maybe this with bad intention, just for money. From the sheikh side, and from the student side, just to get this certificate from the sheikh. I get this shahada or ijaza from the sheikh with Quran. How long did you spend with the sheikh? Wallahi, I didn't meet the sheikh, online. Subhanallah, I will not say this wrong. It's right, good, especially with this pandemic, with these troubles we see in the world. But we should spend time with our shuyukh face to face. We should get from their heart, from their actions, as Abu Huraira did with the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. He used to be exactly like his shadow. He used to be next to him all the time. And this is what Abu Huraira said. He said, when my brothers from Muhajirin used to be busy in the market to solve their life, to prepare something for themselves, I used to be next to Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. When my brothers from Ansar used to work on their land and their farms, I used to be the friend of the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. I don't care for anything in the world, just I want what make my stomach happy. That's it. If I found little bit food to keep my stomach happy, that's enough. And he said about himself, Wallahi, I used to feel down between the house of Rasulullah and the minbar of Rasulullah. If you go to Medina and you visit the masjid of Rasulullah, may Allah bless us and grant us this permission to go many times to do Umrah and to visit the masjid of Rasulullah, you will find this distance maximum 30 meters. He used to feel down there. He said, people think I have a problem. You say mental health, but I didn't have, or I don't have any problem, just because I was very hungry. I was starving. Can you imagine that, brothers? He said one day, nice story to learn from Abu Huraira, to take some great tips from his life. He said, one day I was very hungry. And he said, I met Abu Bakr and I decided to ask him some questions, some verses, the meaning of some verses, not to take knowledge, just to, maybe Abu Bakr will call me to his house to get some food with him. And Abu Bakr didn't realize that. He answered me and gone. He said, I went to Umar, same. Umar answered me and gone. He said, I went to Ali, same situation. Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam recognized that. He said, Abu Hur, come to me. Subhanallah. He said, when I sat with the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, some people sent bowl of milk. Abu Huraira was very happy. Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, Abu Huraira, go to all your friends in Sufa. Sufa, brothers, if you go to Masjid of Rasulullah, behind, this is the side of Qibla, this is the Rawda Sharifa, the grave of Rasulullah. Behind Rawda Sharifa, about maximum 40 meters, we find big step, special place, about 50 meters by 50 meters. This place, a special place called the place of Ahlus Sufa. Ahlus Sufa, to be honest, those people, they spend their life to be as a fighters, servants with the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. All of them were poor. All of them, they spend their life just to be with the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. One of them, Abu Huraira. So their numbers about 70, 80 people. And this bowl of milk like this will feed like 10. Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, Abu Huraira, call all the brothers in the Sifa, at the Sifa. Abu Huraira, he was very hungry. He said, okay, I will do. This is what Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam ordered me. He called them. He said, oh, Abu Huraira, give them this bowl. You have to be the servant. Abu Huraira, he gave to first one. He said, Wallahi, he still drank from this milk till he felt happy. And Abu Huraira, he said, still the milk same. And he gave to second one. And he said, I gave to all of them. And all of them were happy with this milk. And when all of them gone, Abu Huraira stayed with the Prophet Muhammad. He saw the Prophet Muhammad ﷺ was smiling. He said, Abu Huraira, we are just two. Abu Huraira, drink. Abu Huraira said, I will drink some and I will leave something for the Prophet Muhammad ﷺ. So he drank little bit. And the Prophet Muhammad ﷺ said, Abu Huraira, drink more. He said, I drank little bit. Prophet Muhammad ﷺ said again, Abu Huraira, drink more. More. He repeated that many times. And Abu Huraira, every time he drank, he said, Ya Rasulullah, Wallahi, I cannot. I feel I'm very happy. I'm full. The milk will come out from under my nails. That means he was full with this milk. And he said, Wallahi, I gave the bowl to Prophet Muhammad ﷺ and the milk same. These brothers, nice story, not just, this is mashallah, great miracle from the Prophet Muhammad ﷺ. When we love each other and when we treat each other in the real way of Islam, wallahi, Allah will give us the same barakah. This miracle, not just to Prophet Muhammad. When I love my brothers for the sake of Allah, and I get my food, this food enough for me, but I will share with my brother, Allah will give us barakah with this food to make both are happy. And if we get food for two, that enough for four, as the Prophet Muhammad ﷺ mentioned. When we love each other, if I get any power in my life, money, knowledge, any support, and I share with my brothers in Islam, my sisters in Islam, especially knowledge. Some people, they get knowledge, they like to keep this knowledge for themselves. Abu Huraira taught us you have to share this knowledge with everyone. Allah will grant you more and more. And did that or do that for the sake of Allah. Not to make sure, not to, like, people will say, MashaAllah, big sheikh. MashaAllah, great scholar. Don't worry for that. If the people said big sheikh or normal sheikh, your target not people, your target the God of people. This is what we need, brothers and sisters. But we should share with our brothers. If Allah bless you with something, even that thing small, when you share with other people, wallahi, you will get barakah with that thing. Wallahi, brothers, sisters, unfortunately nowadays we find some people, Allah grants them with some money. They keep their money in the bank account or under the bed or in the special place, and they found their neighbors, their relatives in the hard situation. Instead of to support these people from this money, they complained with them as well. Oh, subhanallah, this dunya is very hard. You see this lockdown. You mention that and you have in your account maybe 30, 40, 100,000 pounds. Instead of to say something against Allah's decision or Allah's decision, you have to say, Alhamdulillah, come, I will share with you. If you don't have, I will share with you. We see now masajid is closed, brothers, sisters. Did you think who will pay the rent sometime of masajid or the bills of masjid? No. No, Sheikh, wallahi, we don't have work. You see, lockdown, no income, because our faith is very weak. Brothers, sisters, we think if I get 1,000 or 2,000 as a salary, this make me rich. Wallahi, this bad mentality, brothers, sisters. Who will make you rich? Allah will make us rich. Who will make you happy? Allah will make us happy. Who will make you strong? Allah. Not money, not muscles, not relatives, families, no. Everything will come from Allah. Trust me, now many people maybe, they hear what I say, they have maybe in their account more than 100,000 pounds. But if you look at their life, they are struggling in their life. They are not happy. Even if you look at their situation, maybe you will think those people are very poor. Because Allah take the barakah from their life. And maybe you find some people, they have in their account 3,000 pounds. And those people are very happy because Allah grants them with barakah in their life, with barakah in their families, with barakah in their children. This is what happened with Abu Hurairah. We will carry on with the hadith. So Abu Hurairah said, I used to be with the Prophet Muhammad ﷺ when other Sahaba were busy in their business and their work and their farms. So for that, I learned from the Prophet. And one day, this is the great mercy and blessing from Allah to Abu Hurairah and from the Prophet Muhammad ﷺ. One day Abu Hurairah sat with the Prophet Muhammad ﷺ. He said, Ya Rasulullah, I learned from you many hadith, lot of knowledge. But subhanallah, I forget every time. Prophet Muhammad ﷺ, brothers, sisters, Prophet Muhammad ﷺ said to Abu Hurairah, spread your garment, your thawb, put your thawb on the floor. In other hadiths, he gets scarf. This scarf, put it in front of him, and the Prophet Muhammad ﷺ did in his hand like this. Like this. You know, when you take like rice and or sugar and you put in your hand like this and put it like this. He did like this. And he said, Abu Hurairah, take your clothes. And Abu Hurairah, he put these clothes again on his body, and he said, Wallahi, I didn't forget any single word that I learned from the Prophet Muhammad ﷺ. Again, the people say, oh, this is miracle from Allah. This is miracle from the Prophet Muhammad ﷺ. Brothers, when you make your sheikh, your teacher, the best friend in your life, when you make yourself as a real servant for your sheikh, your scholar, to get from his heart, his knowledge, Allah will grant you with this strong memorizing. Imam al-Shafi'i came to his sheikh. His name, Waki'. He said, Sayyidi, I always forget everything. Please make dua to me. He said, this nice poem. He said, شكوت إلى وكيع سوء حفظي فأرشدني إلى ترك المعاصي وأخبرني أن العلم نور ونور الله لا يهدى لعاصي. The meaning of these two verses from this poem, Imam al-Shafi'i said to his sheikh, I keep forget everything that I learned. His sheikh said, if you want to Allah grants you with strong memory, strong memorization, you have to be taqi. You have to fear Allah. You have to leave all the bad actions, all the sins. At that time, you will find Allah grants you heart, your mind, to remember everything. Imam al-Shafi'i, he used to say, after that, if I read from this page, he read from this page, if my sight will come to any word in the other page, I will remember this word in this page. He had strong memorization. One day, he was in the market and he found the shop of books. When he visited this shop, he found, mashallah, amazing book. This book about 10 or 20 pages. Imam al-Shafi'i, he looked at these pages and at the end, he said to the seller, how much this book? He said, this book, let's say, 20 pounds. Imam al-Shafi'i, he didn't have this money. And he said, okay, thank you. This seller said, you look at this book about 4 minutes and you don't need to buy it. He said, because I don't have money. But if I read all the book for you, are you ready to give me this book? That seller surprised. You memorize everything? He said, yes, I will read every single word in this book. Are you ready to give me this book free? He said, yes. He tested him, he found him, he memorized everything. He said, this book gift for you. How this happened, brothers? Same, all our scholars, Imam Abu Hanifa, Imam Ahmad, Imam Malik, all of them, when they follow the sunnah of Rasulullah, when they keep their heart for Allah, when they get these sincere actions, when they get these great manners from the heart of Rasulullah. Unfortunately, brothers, nowadays we say, Sheikh, wallahi, we forget everything. We cannot remember anything because we are busy with this dunya. We are busy with social media. We are busy with food. We are busy with everything in this dunya more than our religion. May Allah grant all of us to follow the way of Sahaba, the way of Abu Hurairah. Abu Hurairah has a lot of stories with the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Abu Hurairah was one of the best students of the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. He narrated, as I said, more than 5,346 hadith. In Bukhari, this book we study, in Bukhari we have more than 600 hadith. Imam al-Bukhari said, Abu Hurairah taught more than 800 students from the hadith of Rasulullah. He was the prince of hadith. People now prince on their kingdom, people now prince on their country, but Abu Hurairah was the prince of hadith, the prince of the sunnah of Rasulullah. He was very poor. At the end of his life, brothers, sisters, Abu Hurairah, at the end of his life, he was the leader, the counselor of Medina al-Munawwara, the prince of Medina al-Munawwara. And he used to walk on the ways of Medina, and he used to say to people, go away, the prince comes, as a joke. And he used to say to people for himself, oh Abu Hurairah, you used to spend all the day and the night and nothing in your stomach. And now you are the leader of the Medina. Oh Abu Hurairah, fi Allah. He used to say, Abu Hurairah, wallahi, I used to do istighfar more than 7,000 times every day. This is Abu Hurairah. This is what the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, bless him, to memorize everything from his sunnah. And last hadith, I will finish with this hadith. Abu Hurairah, one day, he was sitting with two friends in the masjid of Rasulullah. And they used to sit, listen brothers, sisters, they used to sit to do dhikr. Is that allowed to do dhikr at the gathering? This is authentic hadith. رواه النسائي في مسنده. Subhanallah. He sat with the friends to do dhikr, and they used to do dua. Prophet Muhammad ﷺ came out. While this situation, Prophet Muhammad ﷺ came out from his house. As we know, brothers, sisters, the house of Rasulullah was next to masjid. That means the door of Rasulullah will open inside the masjid. So he went out and he found his friends with this situation. When those people saw the Prophet Muhammad ﷺ, they keep silent. Prophet Muhammad ﷺ said to them, please carry on what you did. Carry on with your actions. So the Sahaba start to did dua, read dua. And listen, brothers. Some of brothers, they said, Sheikh, sometime you said to student to make dua. Should the elders make dua? Prophet Muhammad ﷺ said to his friend, carry on in your dua. And Prophet Muhammad ﷺ used to say, Ameen, Ameen, Ameen. This is sunnah. I said again and again, with all respect, brother, if you don't have knowledge, don't complain. Come ask with polite way. Sheikh, you did that. I saw you give permission to some small boys to do dua, or some student to do dua. This is the way of Rasulullah. He sat with them, and the Sahaba made dua, and Prophet Muhammad ﷺ said, Ameen. The first one finished his dua, Prophet Muhammad said, "Oh Allah, please accept." Second one, same. When Abu Huraira started his dua, he said, "Oh Allah, I will ask you exactly like my friends what they ask. But oh Allah, please give me permission to memorize the knowledge, to learn the knowledge, and I will not forget anything." Prophet Muhammad said, "Oh Allah, please accept from Abu Huraira." The two friends said, "Ya Rasulullah, even for us?" He said, "Abu Huraira asked that. He is the first one asked that." So this is show us, this, to be honest, brothers, if Allah bless you to make special dua, unfortunately, even with this way, I used to say dua, this is hadith, ad-du'a mukhul ibadah. The brain of worship, the main thing in the worship is dua. When you are walking, keep your tongue busy with dua. When you are driving the car, keep your tongue with dua. When you are in your work, keep your tongue with dua. Unfortunately, I see some Muslims now, they keep their tongues with singing. So, if Allah grants you with a special dua, maybe Allah will accept this dua. Maybe this dua will change all your life. May Allah give us permission to learn the Islam with best way. May Allah grant us to practice Islam with best way. May Allah give us real love for Him and His beloved, the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Walhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. والصلاة والسلام على سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين. Let us, we'll say the summary of this class. Try the best to find this scholar, this sheikh, that you will be as a servant or real student. I say servant because this is what we learned from our sheikh. When I serve my sheikh, I will get from his heart. The Sahaba used to be always around the Prophet Muhammad to serve the Prophet, and they will get from his actions, his manners. Second idea, ask Allah to grant you with a strong memory, to memorize everything. And don't think we are like them, that we heard the sentence and we memorize the sentence. I used to practice some verses more than 20 times. Trust me, brothers. I used to practice some ahadith more than 20 times. So if you want to memorize, you have to do more practice. This is the best way. Allah grants all of us with a strong faith, inshallah. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. Do you have any question?
One person asked, is it allowed to visit the grave of a person that's passed away?
Of
a person that's passed away? A Muslim that's passed away, is it allowed to visit their grave?
Yes, brothers, sisters, it's allowed to visit the graveyard. For men, no doubt, Prophet Muhammad ﷺ, at the end of his life, he gave permission to Sahaba to visit the grave, all the graves. So this is what we do sometimes. But unfortunately, I see Muslim people now, they visit the grave just at the time of Eid al-Adha and at the time of Eid al-Fitr. Tell you something, you will be strange with this idea. You will be surprised with this idea. This is against Sunnah. I know some people now say, "Oh, Sheikh Fadi, why you say?" Because we visit the grave at the time of the happiness. Prophet Muhammad ﷺ used to visit the graves of Sahaba of Uhud many times during the year. And I know some people, trust me, they visited the graves of their parents just on the day of Eid Adha and the day of Eid Fitr. And the whole year, nothing. We used to visit the grave of my dad every Friday, if that possible. Prophet Muhammad ﷺ taught us this idea. If you want to visit your parents, the best day on Friday. Because Allah will send their the souls of all people on the graves to sit with their relatives who will come to visit them. Keep this idea in your head. On a Friday, on Monday, it's best time to visit the graves. But unfortunately, Muslim people on the day of Eid, they will go to grave. On the day, Prophet Muhammad ﷺ didn't do like this, brothers. Didn't do like this. Prophet Muhammad ﷺ in the authentic hadith at the night of the Nusuf of Sha'ban, Laylatul Bara'ah, he visited the grave because there is power, there is special power, special reward from Allah. So he visited the grave of Shuhada Uhud. So this is what we should learn. It's allowed. For women, some madhahib dislike to women to visit the grave. But other madhahib allow to women to visit the grave if they keep special time for them. Like some countries, I visited some countries, they give a special time for women to visit the graves, and with Muslim or with hijab clothes. They have to respect this place, they have to respect these graves. So with this way, some madhahib allow to women to visit the graves. Yes.
And finally, Sayyidi, someone asked, how long does Sakrat last for?
No one knows. Trust me, even the Prophet Muhammad ﷺ, he mentioned about Sakarat. The last, let's say, a few minutes in this dunya. It's the hardest thing in this dunya. Prophet Muhammad ﷺ used to say, Inna lil mawti la sakarat. It's really hard. But how long? No one knows. Maybe it will take half day. Maybe it will take 1 hour. Maybe it will take second. Yes, we'll get some people, they get accident and they die directly. They're sakarat, 1 second. Some people, they spend 1 day. So this depends. But this sakarat, just to know, brothers, if some people has some sins, Allah will forgive their sins with this sakarat. But this sakarat will come to pious people, to Allah give them the highest level in the heaven. Inshallah. Sallallahu ala Sayyidina Muhammad wa ala alihi wa sahbihi wa sallam. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين ربنا تقبل منا واقبلنا واغفر لنا وارحمنا واختم بالصالحات أعمالنا اللهم علمنا ما ينفعنا وانفعنا بما علمتنا وزدنا علما وعملا متقبلا اللهم اجعلنا من الذين يستمعون القول فيتبعون أحسنه اللهم اجعلنا من الذين يستمعون القول فيتبعون أحسنه اللهم اجعلنا ممن يعملون بما تعلموا يا أرحم الراحمين اللهم إنا نسألك علما نافعا ونعوذ بك من علم لا ينفع Ya Allah, we ask you from the beneficial knowledge and we seek refuge with you from the knowledge without benefit, Ya Allah. Ya Allah, grant us with the real knowledge and help us to practice this knowledge in our life. Ya Allah, keep us very close to scholars, to pious people, Ya Allah, to get from their lives, from their actions. Ya Allah, please grant us with the best friends, Ya Allah. Ya Allah, keep us far from the bad friends, Ya Allah. Ya Allah, keep us far from the shaitan way, from the desires way, Ya Arhamar Rahimi. Ya Allah, keep us far from shahawat. Ya Allah, please keep our heart only for your love and the love of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Please keep our heart, our tongue busy with your dhikr and salah ala Rasulillah. Ya Allah, please keep our tongue busy with du'as, Ya Allah. Ya Allah, please grant us with pure heart, Ya Allah. Qalbun salim, Ya Allah. Grant us with qalbun salim, Ya Allah. Ya Allah, grant us with a pure heart. Ya Allah, keep our heart clean from the bad intentions, Ya Allah. Keep our heart clean from the bad manners, Ya Allah. Ya Allah, please solve this disease, Ya Allah. Ya Allah, please solve this problem, Ya Allah. Ya Allah, please, we believe that the cure will come from your side, Ya Allah. وَإِذَا مَرِضْتُ فَهُوَ يَشْفِينِ اشْفِي وَأَنْتَ الشَّافِي ارفع هذا البلاء عنا يا Allah. Please take off this disease from the world, Ya Allah. Give us permission to go back to your houses, to pray with jama'ah, to pray everything in the masjid, Ya Allah. Ya Allah, give shifa to all brothers, sisters who are struggling with all diseases, Ya Arhamar Rahimi, who are struggling with this corona, who are struggling with cancer, Ya Allah. Ya Allah, give us shifa, Ya Allah, who are struggling with waswasa, Ya Allah. Ya Allah, give us shifa from the bad friends, Ya Allah. Ya Allah, please give us shifa in our bodies, our hearts, our mentalities, our manners, Ya Arhamar Rahimi. Ya Allah, for the sake of you, beloved the Prophet Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, accept all of us to be as a real servant for your religion, for the Sunnah of Rasulullah, for the Quran, Ya Allah. Ya Allah, please share the reward with our parents, Ya Allah. Share the reward with our scholars, our shuyukh, who taught us, who give us the best manners, Ya Arhamar Rahimi. Ya Allah, make Siraja Munira the best in the world, Ya Allah. Bless all the brothers, all the committee, all the students, all the teachers in Siraja Munira. Ya Allah, give them long life, good health, long face, Ya Arhamar Rahimin. وصلى الله على سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه والحمد لله رب العالمين آمين. تقبل الله